And a suicide attack on a mosque in Afghanistan kills at least 87. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sends a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Alexander Schallenberg on the occasion of taking oath as Austria's Chancellor. His Excellency Syed Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, received His Excellency Timothy Linder King, the U.S. Special Envoy to Yemen. During the meeting, views were exchanged on the latest developments in Yemen and the efforts being made to end the war. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Ambassador Khalid bin Hashil Al Maslihi, head of the Department of the Minister's Office at the Foreign Ministry. It was also attended by Her Excellency Leslie Tsu, U.S. Ambassador accredited to the Sultanate. The main military committee for emergency management, and in coordination with the military subcommittees in the governorates of North and South Al-Batina, followed up the national efforts being exerted by military units to restore situations to normalcy. This came during its meeting today at Al-Muaskar Al-Murtafa. They also discussed current works and support needs in the two governorates of basic services in continuous coordination with the National Committee for Emergency Management. The committee directed to speed up works in this phase to cover all field and humanitarian works in the governorates of South and North Al-Batina and ensure the quick return of situations back to normalcy. The Sultan's Special Force continue their efforts of offering help and support to citizens and residents of areas affected by Cyclone Shaheen. Along with the military units distributed in As-Suwaiq and Al-Khabura wilayas as part of the plan of the main military committee of emergency management. And as part of the efforts taken to return back the situation to what it used to be before the cyclone, a group of military technological college students have offered their help for cleaning the streets, neighborhoods, government institutions, and the citizens' houses in the governorate of North Al-Batina. The temporary call center at As-Suwaiq police station is continuing its coordination and follow-up efforts for the recovery stage from damages caused by the tropical condition Shaheen. The center was activated by the National Center for Emergency Management. It includes all sectors participating in restoring basic services, repairing damages, and providing support and assistance to citizens and residents in the affected wilaya. The center is coordinating all exerted efforts from all government and civil bodies to overcome obstacles facing national works to restore situation to normalcy. Taliban officials said the suicide bomber attacked a mosque in southern Afghanistan city of Kandahar during Friday prayers, killing at least 37 people and injuring 70 others. There has not yet been any claim of responsibility for the assault in Kandahar, the spiritual heartland of the Taliban. An official said that the initial information shows it was a suicide bomber who blew up himself up inside the mosque and launched an investigation. And eyewitnesses said he heard 3 explosions, one at the main door of the mosque, another at a southern area, and a third where worshipper was before their prayers. Russia's daily tolls of coronavirus infections and deaths have surged to another record in a quickly mounting figure that has put a severe strain on the country's healthcare system. The government's coronavirus task force today reported 32,196 new confirmed coronavirus cases and 999 deaths in the past 24 hours. The record for daily COVID-19 deaths in Russia has been broken repeatedly over the past few weeks as fatalities steadily approached 1,000 in a single day. It comes amid increasing infections and a reluctance by authorities to toughen restrictions that would further cripple the economy. The Kremlin has delegated the power to enforce coronavirus restrictions to regional authorities. The Australian city of Melbourne has reached the longest lockdown for a city around the world after exceeding 250 days of lockdown. While the lockdown continues, the government of the Australian state of Victoria announced its intention to lift the closure on Melbourne when it will reach 70% of the population fully vaccinated. More details in the following report.
The Australian city of Melbourne, which is ranked among the top 10 livable cities in the world and was the most livable for 7 consecutive years on the Economist Index until 2017, is currently classified as the city with the longest lockdown in the world. This is Collins Street at 9 in the morning, which was one of the busiest avenues in the commercial business district in the heart of Melbourne, yet devoid of public movement except few essential workers.
I'm an essential worker, so basically go to work, go home, try and keep occupied, watch too much TV, go back to work.
By mid-October 2021, Melbourne will have completed a total of 257 days of lockdown. While it is witnessing a sharp rise in coronavirus cases, the vaccinations given to the population are going on at a constant pace. The government of the Australian state of Victoria announced its plan to lift Melbourne lockdown when it reaches 70% of the population fully vaccinated with 2 doses, which is anticipated on the 26th of October.
Yeah, very difficult for people, particularly if you live on your own and you don't have contact with other people. I think that would be quite challenging.
Melbourne's economy is based on education, arts and tourism. The long periods of closure and restriction of movement have led to huge losses on the economy of Melbourne. From the Australian city of Melbourne, Musa bin Ja'far al-Lawati.
The centre-left Social Democrats today resumed exploratory talks with the environmentalist Greens and business-friendly Free Democrats on a possible new German governing coalition after Germany's election. SPD head Olaf Scholz was meeting with Green Party leaders Robert Habeck and Annalena Baerbock, as well as FDP's Christian Lindner, for discussions in Berlin. If they eventually succeed, the alliance would send outgoing Chancellor Angela Merkel's centre-right Union bloc into opposition after her 16 years leading Europe's biggest economy. The process of putting together a new government can take weeks or months in Germany, and Merkel and her government will stay in a caretaker role in the meantime. If the negotiations results in a coalition, Social Democrat Olaf Scholz, the Vice-Chancellor in Merkel's outgoing government, would become Germany's new leader. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and later to come in our news bulletin. Rapid lava river powers from Lava Palma volcano in Spain. Once again, welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman. Oman oil price December delivery increased by 80 cents compared to yesterday price to reach today $83.10 per barrel. The average monthly price for Oman oil price October delivery reached $69.38, thus $3.35 lower than September delivery. OQ Company, one of the companies at the Oman Investment Authority, signed a joint development agreement to develop the green hydrogen and green ammonia project in the Salalah Free Zone. The agreement includes an international consortium comprising Marubeni, Lendi and Dubai transport companies, and the project aims to produce up to 1,000 tons per day of green ammonia using the existing ammonia plant. The electrolysis facility will have a capacity of up to 400 megawatts to produce green hydrogen using approximately 1 gigawatt of solar and wind energy. Asyad Group is inviting Omani data analysts and entrepreneurs to pitch for a place in the Asyad Global Logistic Challenge to be held at Dubai Exhibition Center from the 2nd to 4th of November as part of Expo 2020 Dubai events. Local registration for Asyad's Global Challenge started yesterday and will continue for a week. The best pioneering projects and inspiring ideas for the logistics sector will then be selected to compete alongside international contestants next month. General public, along with various army units and police forces, other governmental bodies as well as private establishments are continued their work in the areas affected by Cyclone Shaheen for full return of normalcy. I was present this morning and afternoon and I witnessed all what is going on there. United people are doing all what they can. A higher number of citizens, young and adult, in groups from various wilayats across the Sultanate, together with the army and police force, including public establishments, are collectively working side by side, exerting their efforts towards returning back basic services to cyclone-hit wilayas. The percentage of completion of returning these services in North Al-Batina Governorate reached 100% when it comes to water, telecommunication and fuel. On the other side, the mosques affected by the Cyclone Shaheen work is going on. The cleaning work, together with taking inventory of various mosques affected by the tropical Cyclone Shaheen, is carried out by a special team known as Endowment Foundation for Caring of Mosques. Their work is indeed demonstrating great example of Omani solidarity.
Our initiative from Intaj Endowment Foundation with support of Ministry of Awqaf and Religious. It is a continuous initiative to take care of the mosque that it is get affected from Al-Bata regions, from south and north. We got to know that the statistics show that more than 500 mosques got affected from severely to small effects. So what we were doing there is to do the maintenance, the services, the cleaning, to reopening again the mosque for the worshippers and prayers, especially today in prayer for Al-Jum'ah prayer. So hopefully we can give some hands to our people there and brothers and sisters in our South and North Batna region, especially in Suwaiq and Al-Khabura, to start praying in their mosque, inshallah.
We are now gathering young of Omanis to help support, clean all our mosques in Bulletin region. So we'll give a chance for our Muslims again to come back and use those mosques to pray to Almighty Allah. So we are here to do this service for our mosque in Oman.
As you can see here, the youth hitting the areas which are affected from the tornado and to offer the help.
The team consists of male and female, young and adult. This team is scattered all over the two wilayats of Suwaiq and Al-Khabura, implementing extensive cleaning at the same time, taking inventory for necessary replacements of items damaged or recording the areas that require to be rebuilt in the near future. These teams play a key role in relief. A second 4.5 magnitude earthquake in 2 days has rattled the Spanish islands of Lava Palma, causing a gushing river of molten rock from the erupting volcano. The two quakes were the strongest to hit the Lama Palma part of the Canary Islands of northwest Africa since the September 19 eruption. The rivers of molten rock rolling towards the Atlantic Ocean forced more than 300 people to be evacuated late yesterday. That brought the total to some 1,200 people forced from their homes since Tuesday and around 7,000 since the eruption. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Excellency the Foreign Minister discusses with the U.S. Special Envoy to Yemen efforts of ending war in Yemen. And a suicide attack on a mosque in Afghanistan kills at least 37. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, directed by Hilal Shandoudi, and of course, English news editor-chief Ral Al-Jardaniya. And with that, we say, please, you have seen what is happening in Russia. You have seen what is happening again in Australia. We need to stick to precautionary measures against COVID-19. So let's follow to maintain our status here in the country. Thank you for joining us, and good night.